Hey everyone, welcome back to the Family Holiday Beach Resort by LEGO Friends. This is set number 42673. Contains 1,140 pieces. Retails for $129.99, and the set was provided by the LEGO Group for review. Thank you, LEGO. And this is what we did in the last installment. Was a little beach scene with some accessories. In addition, we got Christopher, Nova, and Mischa, if I'm pronouncing that right. And we got plenty of parts and stuff like that. And what we had to notice and discovered that this section here alone can be built up to by 2 people. So far 2 builders can build this. Today it looks like we're building the lodge portion of the family resort. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it looks like it's just basic big pieces. And that's pretty much where we are going to start with today. So let's begin, let's build it. And I need to get the bulk bag. We need to get one of these. How often do we see that piece in that color? Not too much. And I'll readjust everything as needed. But so far, the set has been keeping my interest. That's even better. Okay. And we're going to begin with bag 3. Looks like it's medium pieces, so not too bad at all. Let me slide all this stuff out of the way here because we're done with this for right now. And not that we need that, but I'm pretty pleased with the build. The only thing I have to say that's killing this set, and you already know what it is, it's stickers. And that's what we did in the last thing. We were slowly nibbling at it, but it was just kind of repetitious with placing stickers pretty much back to back. So hopefully this one here will be a little more lightweight. And I'm thinking of covering bags 3, 4, and 5. That's what this building guide here covers. And I think I'm going to keep everything grouped into building guides. I think that'd be much better in terms of, you know, keeping everything in split up into guide form might be better. Unless the guide had 4 bags, it probably would have broke it down into 2. But yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And this is not a bad set for what it is. It really isn't. And it's obviously a playable model, and it can be grouped. Even LEGO had noticed that it goes up to 4 builders, which is fine by me. You know, the more people who can build along with you, the better. Unless you like to do the whole thing solo, then, you know, knock yourself out. But not too bad at all. And today is the 1st of July, 2025. So yeah, this is in the same day as building installment number 1. It's too hot to do anything, so what are we all doing for dinner tonight? We're having sandwiches because it's just way too hot to even think. So that's what we're doing. It's just hot. Yeah, so not too bad at all. And, you know, today is Tuesday. So it looks like this bag here is going to go by pretty quick unless I'm not putting parts in right, which seems like that's the case. And right now I'm just kind of chilling out from work. Done some paperwork. Now I can let my mind unwind. Paperwork as in I did it on the computer. Still, I have to read and proofread and do all the boring things, but now I can physically touch a product and get my hands dirty, so to speak. So that's what we're doing here. I'm hoping this is going to be a quick one here because I don't want to make these about 40 minutes long here. That's what I'm projecting this one's going to be. So I'm trying to keep it short. Nougat and dark orange bricks. I can always use these. I don't really have a project that I'd use these for, but it's nice to have them. I may make a camper with that color. We don't know. We have no clue at all. It's like this is meant to come off, but what would you put in there? Would this be storage? There's a hole in the bottom and the sides, so yeah, I was kind of thinking of some places to go for the summer between installments, and I've been looking around, but any place that looks remotely interesting, it is booked for the summer. So you know what that means. I'll be stuck in the desert for a while. That will not be fun. And no, I don't go camp. I don't do desert camping in the summer. That's asking for trouble. And we don't want to do that. Some people will. They'll challenge themselves, and if you've been raised in the heat like I have, it's not fun. And I guarantee you this is meant to snap in. So this is modular. This is fully modular, so this is going to be one of those builds that you build along with a group of people and you just snap your parts together after you're done. But we got to build 2 of these. You know, I think I was looking for these in tan. Well, here they are. I don't know if I had them in tan, but I was looking for one of these in tan. I was like, I don't have any. Well, that's why, because the friend sets had them all. I was going to order some for a project, but I ended up using an alternative color. Well, I don't have to now, but still, at least I know that they exist and they are here. Sometimes when I get parts too late after a tutorial, I just keep that tutorial. And I'm not going to go, you know, redoing things. Some people do. I won't. I don't want to have to redo things, because that just burns through so much time. Not sure what these are for here. Obviously they're facing outwards. And it looks like they're butt right up against these radiator grills. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Then we got these here. And wow, that's unusual, Lego. There's no pieces remaining. Well, that's lame. That concludes bag number 3. Okay, now we're with 4, and you can tell now, looks like the big parts have ended. Now we got to do all the small stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and cover building guides 3, 4, and 5. What's that, dark nougat? It's our light nougat, medium nougat. That could just be regular nougat. That's medium nougat. That might be nougat. I don't know my nougats. And we got to put Liann together. Now that's why her name wasn't checked off the list, because we haven't gotten to her yet. Well, now here she is. So let's get going here before we could do the fun stuff. And let's see if we can find all her parts here. Matter of fact, did I grab the wrong bag for this? If I did, I'd just jump. Oh, I did. I grabbed bag 5. I needed bag 4. So how do we do this here? What happens if you make a mistake like I did? That was bound to happen. Let me find a container real quick, and then we will take care of that right away. So let me go wipe this out. And that happens. What do we do since we grabbed the wrong bag? Well, we just do it like this. You know, pour it in a container. I'm just sliding them off the table here. Watch and make sure everything's going in the container, not on the floor. And then just put it in this random thing there. So that's, we'll set that there. So yeah, I made a mistake. So, you know, oh well, that happens. Now we got bag 4. Whoopsie, mistake. I may label it as a mistake. I just call it whoopsie. How about that? And then now we're finding all the parts for Liann. Open that little bag up. I'm going to keep these in separate little piles. And it doesn't matter anyways, we still got a bunch of small parts. At least bag 5's already been unbagged, so, you know. Except it's all round stuff rolling around today. So Liann likes skateboarding, painting and goodies. All right, cool. So looks like she is ready to go. I noticed I thought she had black eyes. Oh, those are actually sunglasses. I've seen that before in another set. I think it might have been the pool floats. And that's it. But we're not done with her yet. No, 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 no. We got to do another luggage to put a package in there. And remember, just like the other one, I will not put packages in these. I'm just going to close up the luggage. And it looks like it wants a letter. Now, since I got 4K now, we can take a closer look at that here. Let that focus in here. Isn't that cool? Nice printed piece. Okay, let that dial back in there. And that's essentially what she is. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Set her over here. Now we're back to the main model again. So here we go. Now stuff like this that's really small, the only suggestions I can do is just take your time. There's no need to rush this. You just need to enjoy the build. I always get some that says, Jay, I'm trying to get this done in a hurry. I'm making mistakes. How do I fix? Don't rush. This is meant to be for fun. Even if you have a child that's just like, come on, mommy, daddy, hurry and build this really fast. Like, no, you don't want me to make mistakes and ruin the build. I want to enjoy it too, so that's what we're doing. And now, guess what we have to do? We got a lot of tiling here. I already kind of looked ahead in the book off stream, but yeah, we got a lot of tiling to do here. I got to thinking though about doing some of these live. The problem that I would have to face is, when I do them live, is I'd have to keep up with the chat room. And I'm not the type of host that wants to ignore the room and just builds. I want to be able to read the room, but the problem with that is, if you got a room full of viewers, they all want you to pay attention to them, and that's where it gets kind of hard. Or I would do these without any hesitation in a stream. So I try to keep it as fair as I can, so I won't do that. Also, in addition, though, I've been into just doing stuff cool for the summer. I'm starting to get back into building more stuff. I got a tutorial that I'm working on now, and right now I have this stuff in the way, and once I get this or a bunch of sets done, matter of fact, I may just go and do step number 22 and just do the whole caboodle now, just to kind of think about what I need to get done for tutorials. I'm working on next year's, and yeah, that's kind of a nice loud, I'd say like a terracotta style, Spanish tiles. There we go. Ooh, so this build could be, I'd say probably in Spain or something. We don't know. Just the bright color tiles, or it could be in Hawaii. These I'm hoarding up, these little fringe flowers that you'd put in their hair. Yeah, hoard those up. If you're into foliage stuff, hoard them up. You will need those for exotic flowers and stuff. So I've been trying to hoard up as many as I can. Yeah, the tiling is kind of repetitious here, but it's a mosaic, and I have a project that's a bathroom that I want to put in building guide form. It's no tutorial, just a building guide. It just needs to be in a building guide. And it's all mosaics, so it's going to be a lot of work. Okay, looks like we're moving on to some interior stuff now, right here. Trying to match it the same way that you would see it in the book. And we have a very appropriate part here for this, if I can find it. is a minifigure head with a little pineapple print. Very handy. We just need to get a bunch more of these. I only have like a handful of them. So if you're looking for this set has them, so now that they exist. I have one or two of them, but I can always use more. And now we're going to focus our attention on the inside. Okay, well now we know that these exist in this color. The thing I like about doing this style of build is I can share my stories and ideas with you guys and gals. I saw somebody that did the train set, and of course it was a speed build they got done in 5 minutes. That set doesn't take 5 minutes to build, obviously. And they literally get hundreds and thousands of views for doing this. And I don't get those. I really don't. And the reason why they do that is because little kids like those style of videos. Where for me, oh, it's a speed build. I can't keep up with this. It's giving me a headache. No, never mind. I won't watch that at all. Well, that's kind of an interesting chair. I think that's a seat, like a little. I'm not gonna say a Barker lounger, but something like that. Not too bad at all. This is not a bad little set so far. I'm having fun putting this one together. I noticed the building guide is rather slow, so I know that obviously this is meant for kids. What's the age range on this? 8+. Oh, I'm sure that the kids don't need it that slow. But so far, except for the stickers, it's a very fun build. Now, I know some have asked about why do I put them on there. I have no choice. I have to put the stickers on there because this is a review offer, and I have to build it in its entirety. Do I have to? They didn't say I have to do it. It's just I'm assuming that, yes, I have to do it. I got one of these done here. Probably another coconut drink. Coconut, that does sound good. But no, we don't have coconuts out here now. Plenty in Hawaii, obviously, but not here where I'm at. No. No, siree, we don't have those. I mean, you could buy them, but and these go right here. So this might be just like a little bed and breakfast or something. Not sure. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Looks like now we're turning our attention to this side here. But so far, though, I'm pleased with this set. That's what people want to hear. Am I pleased with it? Is it keeping my interest? I'm not lying to you. Ooh, I'm not lying to you about it because this is the raw review. Oh, Jay, you're lying about liking this set. Well, there's the build installments. You can hear me talk about it here. It's pretty much what it is. Oh, okay. Well, this is actually a sleeping bag. How do I know that? Could be a yoga mat too, but the pillow there. Except I'm missing, except I put this tile here in at the wrong place. Alright, keeping it real, folks. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Also got these. I've been getting so many of these. These make great little flower pots. Matter of fact, I overflowed on them sorting parts. I had to sort them out and stuff. And that's exactly what we're building. We're building a flower pot. That's what that little hole is for the hair ribbon. See? You could do that. There's all sorts of stuff you can do here with these modern foliage parts. Okay, so we got a little plant there. That's kind of cool. And we got ourselves a little juice box here. Or it could be, get that to focus in there. What does that look like? Sunscreen? SPF 50? Well, now the way everything is, it should be about 1,000 now, so you don't get burned. But when I'm out hitting the waves and stuff, I'm covered mostly in neoprene, a wetsuit. So the only thing that's exposed on me, it depends on my mood. Sometimes I'll wear the booties, which are like a sock you put over your foot. The only thing that's really exposed is my head and my hands. Some guys will literally wear the whole headgear with the gloves and stuff, and no, I actually have to physically grab things. I want to be able to feel it. And since arthritis is not that bad, I don't think I have an extreme case of it, I'm still good. You know, so I'm not worried yet anyways. I mean, did I skip a page here? No, okay, we did that. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, but I think if you get this for your son or daughter, they're going to have a lot of fun putting this one together. This is fun. This is a very relaxing set. And yeah, I can't wait to see this one. We're going to have a lot of fun exploring this set here. It's going to be real fun to put this one together. So when I'm talking about how fun the set is, it's pretty good for me. So if you're interested in city stuff, that's the thing. Okay, let me put this back into frame for you here. It looks like we are getting a little more higher. Let me raise up the camera a little bit for you there so you can see more what I'm doing. And yeah, so I don't really have anything to say. I was supposed to do a tutorial. I'm going to probably work on it after this. I'm only doing just 2 build installments on this today. Just go right in those 1x2 openings. It'd be better if I show you this way. I would not have used this type of blue in here. These are good for like boats or something, but well, I only have 5 of them. Oh no, am I missing one? There's something hiding it somewhere. Alright, let me check the bags. That's exactly where it's at. Now, a friend of mine said, Jay, do not throw your bags in the garbage until you're done. I don't have a garbage can over here anymore. It's on the other side of the room. So I do not pick anything up off the floor until I know all pieces have been counted for. Yeah, so that's exactly what I do. So, not too bad. It can't get any better than this, huh? It's hot outside. I'm sitting inside building Lego sets after a long day of work. Just can't get any better than this. Alrighty, and these go right here. Probably for some tiki torches or something. That probably look really good on that there. Okay. Now we're still working on the inside, but I'm doing it like this just because it's easier to illustrate it here. And your Pokemon Battle Hardened was returned to you. Cool. Alright, well, I got my coins for the day. Now we're going to go back into here. And then now we're going to have to start piecing this. Now, some people say I can't get the part in. You're going to have to wiggle and jiggle. I kid you not, I know it sounds kind of silly. If this is hard to put in, just wiggle it in. You know, sometimes things don't line up. Wiggle it in. Just like that. This one had a lot of small pieces, but we're breezing through this one today. This might not be bad, but it's got over 1,100 pieces, 1,140 to be exact. Well, maybe approximate. So I'm hoping we can breeze through this thing here and just have some fun with it. So basically this one's going to have a mini doll tour, a close-up tour, 360 spin tour, maybe accessories. Anything, I don't know how I'm going to really do it in detail yet. But your guess is as good as mine right now. But I think these pieces all snap together when we're done. If they do, and that's what we'll be doing here. And I still have 43 minutes left on the cards, so that means that I have plenty of time to finish up this installment. I have another set coming in this week, and it's late. So I will get that done when I get it done. You notice I don't say that these are here for late review, because Lego did make an attempt to send these early. So to me, in my mind, they're here. It's not Lego's fault. They were just stuck in customs. So, but this other set was shipped here from the States. And boy, everything is just chiming off today. But Lego did not make an attempt. It's late. It's late. And I can't talk about it. I don't know when this one's going to be released yet. So, that other set is supposed to be released, but I got to really doubly make sure. And it's something I'm not too interested in, so we're probably going to have a little bit of belly aching through that one. So let's do something fun before we have to do the boring stuff again. Ooh, so we do have some sort of a tiki lamp or maybe an outdoor porch light that goes on there. Like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to get everything done. I got some tutorials to share. I don't really have any campground tours this year. Ooh. See, okay, be careful. Lego, I got to ding this down to an 8.5. Why didn't we stick those on there when we were building those shafts? Would have been easier. So be very careful. Put your thumb back here or a finger or something, just push that in. That almost caved in. That would have been very catastrophic. That is why I'm grading on these, so we can see how good the build is. And it looks like we're doing flowers. I mean, but honestly though, this is really a fun set. I like Friends too, because it's just bright colors. These are colors you normally don't see every day. And, you know, I get some, I say, Jay, your builds look so good. You know, they got a lot of color. Yeah, that's what they're for. Like that. Just got to make another one, put it on the other side there. We're getting closer. There's hardly any parts left, huh? This might be it. That's what it looks like on the front. And that's it, with just a small handful of pieces remaining, but these little flower pieces, I can use those for other creations. And finally, we have bag 5 for this installment. So we'll just pretend that we just unsaw that last one. We already unbagged it. And yeah, that's essentially what it is. Not too bad. And then in addition to that, we need 4 of these tracks and a plate. And we haven't got to the slide yet, so we're just going to have to wait to go down that one. Matter of fact, I need this slide in this color. I may already have one, but I know it's available through Lego, so I may end up borrowing it out of this set here to do a tutorial real quick. Well, I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far. Maybe I needed a blue one. I don't know. But I can't tell you what the build is due to competitors. So I'm sorry. I have to do that. Oh, so I guess Nova's the only one that's going to be joining the show for this one. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. So alone. This one's got a lot of medium to small parts. Looks like mostly mediums. So it's hard to say what we're doing here. I have a buddy of mine who bought like literally 1,000 of these little pink tulips, and I really want to get these in various colors. And of course this guy's kind of loaded, so he's got a lot of money to blow on parts. He's not a mock builder, he just buys bulk parts. I don't know if he sells them or not, but for me, 1,000 of those would be a little overkill. Unless I'm buying 1,000 in various colors, but I'm probably going to just buy maybe 50 at the very most and then just use them. And you know those Friends flowers? They do fit in here. Let's try one real quick. I'll show you here. So you can get these in different colors, and they will fit like that. Okay. Or you... Okay, they don't fit in there. I thought they did. It was a different type. So yeah, these are very handy. You get those, hoard them. Hoard everything like that. Those are really good. These sets have a lot of interesting parts to hoard up. Some people like these type sets just because of that purpose, because they do come with a bunch of random colors in here. So I'm going to make 2 little flower things. See, now it's starting to go down to a crawl here because we are focused on making the small stuff. There we go. That's our little flower, little tulip. Put that there. Is that like the runway for modeling or something? We don't know. Yeah, I gotta have fun here. I can't wait to go on vacation, huh? Go on vacation, go down that slide. I think that'll be real fun to play around with. I think whoever gets to say, you're gonna have a lot of fun putting it together and playing with this one. Okay. Step 51. Looks like now we are adding more things to this here. Yeah, I still got to get a pesky haircut, and 4th of July is coming around, and I thought, well, I can get it done before then, except I'd have to book in the evening, and honestly, I am not going anywhere on a Friday. Nope. We'll save that for the younger kids to go out and have fun. I want to be young again, but unfortunately that is not going to happen. But you know what? Putting this stuff together makes me feel young again. In addition, the other night I was sitting back eating just a bag of potato chips watching Looney Tunes, like Merry Melody cartoons and stuff, really old stuff. And yeah, I was like, oh, I wish I could do this every day. No, I can't, but at least I was enjoying it. I thought, man, this kind of brings back memories. Watching the old vintage cartoons and such. Oh, yuck. You're going to have to put on big stickers now. So sticker 6 goes on one of these wall panels. And these are kind of a turd to remove. So let's see if we can get that in there as best we can. Putting these in here is kind of a pain. Especially when I'm ready to put it in there and it sticks to my finger and the stickers move. So I'm going to be honest with you. And I got an air bubble stuck in mine. Go figure. If you're not a fan of stickers, this goes on to here. We're going to leave this off right now until we're ready to go. Let's get this part here done first. And then sticker number 7. I feel like I'm cheating just throwing stickers onto things. But the younger kids, I guess, like stickers. Well, this one I got on there pretty good. It looks like this goes on the top now. And, okay, here's a good example. Here we need to wiggle. I always get people saying, oh, I can't put this together. Okay, see where it's lifted up here? Something right around here. So I'm just going to wiggle it in there, snaps in place, and just wiggle it down. See how this won't go down? Wiggle it. I still can't get it to go in. Now there's something hanging it up now. What's hanging this up here? Looks like that's pushed in a little bit. Well, we'll wiggle that right back out now, huh? So now I can't get that in there. There we go. Just kind of just manipulate it a little bit. Well, it doesn't look like any kind of lodge I've seen before, but yeah, look, we're already halfway done with the bulk of this. And then now we got to put something up here. We got a lot of medium to small parts left, so that's got me worried. And this is another piece that I'm getting a whole lot of these upwards 1x2 by 1x2 angler plates. I've got so many of these now that, not an orange obviously, but I'm getting a lot of them. Okay, this goes up here like that. Takes care of that, huh? Looks really good. And I just remembered something, everyone. Thank you to my contributors to my main channel. I appreciate that. Thank you to my subscribers and commenters. Pretty soon you'll be like Snowy, Amy, and Janet. I see your names pop up a lot. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and Rebrickable customers. I appreciate it for purchasing building guides. Basically preserving ideas from my mind. It's always fun to see new names pop up in the comments. So if you comment a lot, I'll be able to remember you a lot easier. So that's how I'm doing it here. Yeah, I always appreciate this stuff. It makes this fun, and I can do this more full-time. It's a motivational tool. All the funding goes strictly to new ideas, not to set builds or anything like that, not for reviews. All right, so these go here, making sure we're doing this in the right area. Okay, so they, all right. Wiggle it in. That's where that goes. We'll start from here this time, see if that's any easier. Right there. And then press it in there at the top. Just have to wiggle that in. Alright, I was wondering what they were doing here. Let's zoom that out a bit more here. Alright. And a couple of these down here. I'm trying to illustrate everything that I'm doing here so you could see what I'm doing. Like I said, my intent of this channel was never to do these as how-to videos, but more and more people are depending on that, so I'm trying to tailor it more towards that type of method. Alright, so that's why I'm doing that. And we got to make 2 of these here. And it looks like I am due for a break, but before I take a break though, let's kind of get these in here because you're going to see what I mean here in a second. This is a good hint here what we got to do. You're going to have to stick these in here. So this is probably supposed to be some kind of a thatched roof, maybe a straw roof. Like that, they snap in place. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, I'm back. I was getting a little parched. That's what I was saying right there. We've got to do 10 of those. Now, we're going to have to do this on the other side too. So you know what I'm going to do right now to speed this up? I'm going to do 20 of them. So let's just go ahead and start preparing some now. And the reason why is I'm just going to do them all is because the next side is pretty much the same thing. Right here. See, we got to do another 10. So there's, you know what I could do right now is I could do this side here real quick and just be done with it. Okay. So I may as well just do that real quick, and then we can just thin out some of the parts as we go. Because building 20 of these is going to get repetitious, but this is a good inspiration to make your own straw-covered thatched roofs. Okay. Right now I'm looking for the little handlebars to stick onto that. We're going to just piece this thing together. No, I see one, but right now we're doing this. Yeah, it's too hot to even go out for a meal. So, you know what that means. So tonight, after I get done with this, we're just going to have cold cuts and sandwiches and stuff like that. Ooh, don't you fly off. Try to run away from me. Okay. Come on, go on there. Okay. We don't need that right now. Let's put this stuff out of the way. Yeah, it's nice to get all the big sets done. This is the next biggest one. At least I'm not just kind of stranded here doing these. So 4 times 5 is 20. We'll do it like that then. And this, so bags 3, 4, and 5, these can only be built by 1 person. So I'd say right now, the other bag we can go up to 2 people. This is another one, this would be 3. So I'd say right now, comfortably, 3 people can assemble the set. 3. That's not bad at all. Not bad. Okay, we got 16 of them. Jay, that's taken forever. Yeah, just think, if you get this set, you're gonna have to do the same thing too. And you're like, oh, I remember watching Jay do that. It took a long time. Well, at least I'm doing it. So I'm getting collecting these. I never thought, what do these claw pieces do? They're good for like stones or something. But no, you know what they're good for too? Roofs. Okay, so now I got 20 of those done. Now I can focus back on this. Let's do this other side real quick. And then we can just start putting these on here. Okay. Okay. Or what I could do is set them on here now. So let's just do this here. And of course you want to start at the bottom. Okay, so just snap that in. I'm going to put my finger here and make sure that these are held in very well. So that's what it looks like there. I don't think we're going to have a whole lot of coverage. Okay, snap them in. See, once you build them all up front, it's not too bad. I know some of you have mentioned that you get these sets when they're on sale. You know the tricks, huh? It's a good way to get a lot of unique pieces for little price. Little price. You don't have to spend a whole lot. And it's like with me, I don't buy theme sets. I know a lot of the ambassadors, they go after like Star Wars, Ninjago, DC, all that stuff. To me, I'm happy with a good old friend set. See, that's what the earth should look like right there. Pretty cool. It looks like on the inside. Now we got to turn our attention to this side. It's the same thing. Now this is a little more sturdier. So now it's all about wiggling things in, getting things to line up. There we go. And then we have to put these down here. We still got to make those other ones that clip at the very bottom. So I'm going to do that right now while I'm here. I know some of you have been commenting that you really like my style of tutorials, and I'm glad to hear. You know, I kind of make my tutorials. We sit down, we build together. Okay. And I know some people don't appreciate the smaller tutorials, but they're meant for you to build along with your family. So let's say you're interested in building a swimming pool with all the trimmings, like with the barbecue. I got barbecue tutorials, I got different swimming pools, and I got pool floats and pool accessories. So that's why I do that. So now I'm starting to format my stuff like Lego does, keeping the builds on the smaller side, and then you have more stuff. Instead of just building, okay, let's build a pool with all the trimmings, and really at that point, only one person can assemble it. Okay, so I'm trying to lean towards group building with my tutorials too. Well, we're getting there. We're almost done with this portion of the build. And I will be right back. But that's what yours is supposed to look like. Okay, sorry about that. And now, got to fix this top part up here. We've got a little bit of a hole up there, huh? Okay, so now we're on page 72. I'm kind of going, my mind's been blanking out. I don't know, this morning I woke up, turned on to the classic cartoon channel, and they had Scooby-Doo playing, the old ones. And I thought, oh, I miss those old cartoons. And I love watching cartoons. Even at my age, I still like just being a big kid. I don't want to grow up. I already do that enough at work. I don't need to do that now. Alright, let me put those there. And we got to make one more. This one's slightly different here. This one goes at the top here. All right. There's nothing in the middle of that, I guess. It just sits like this. Okay. Not too bad, huh? Not too bad at all. Looks really good. And now it looks like we're moving on to the sign. Signage. That's how we'll index it, is signage. Jay, now you got to get this done by Christmas. Yeah, I am. I'm only releasing one build installment a day just to break it up from, you know. And we need sticker number 8. So all the stickers so far in here are in consecutive order, so you really can't lose count of what they are. This would have been cool if this was printed, because this would have made a nice piece for maybe some kind of a dress shop. Alright. And I see some parts like out of here thinking, oh, this would be a perfect thing for a certain build. Okay, so we got to make 2 of these. Not sure how those are supposed to go on, but I'm just leaving a little bit of a space between them like that. That's what the book's kind of showing. And this goes right there with the leaves facing down. So you better hope your water's at the bottom too, or Flipper's going to fall into the sky. It's just like the build. Alright, and see at the very end here we can join these two together? We can do that now. That's part of the build. And yeah, let's put this over here, and this is what we have remaining for the construction of this building guide. And I forgot that too, put that in there for safekeeping. And we don't have a lot of stickers. We've been kind of going through these very subtly, except for this piece here. And now we got to let these 2 pieces get acquainted with each other. Now we know exactly what the ramp's for. Now remember on the box it showed what are those all-terrain wheelchairs? I'm assuming that's what that goes to. Right, so yeah, that's how it's supposed to snap in there. So I don't know, but probably want to keep this on a turntable. Whoops. And so far, not too bad at all. It cannot get any better than this. And that's it. And we'll set that off to the side there. That's probably all I'm going to film for the day. Kind of get it set up here for the tour. Summation of Thoughts. So far, I am enjoying this set. And we're not going to focus on these ladies now and this gentleman. Put them over here. Because now you're all alone, Liann. Nobody's here to keep you company. But we have our luggage and the thing. Try to keep it with what things are we doing for in this installment here. So all this stuff over here we're not going to count towards the thumb. And honestly, it's keeping my interest. I'm not disappointed with this set. We've had a little bit of a crumbling thing here. Right now I'm going to say my score's at an 8.5. But as far as for build experience, or also known as build retention, it's keeping my interest. This is a fun one. And I think whoever's putting this together, you're going to have a lot of fun, and as well as playing with this. You could tell it's obviously scaled for mini dolls. But yeah, so tell me what you think so far.